Good morning. Welcome back and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I'm working on some envelopes for Happy Mail. And I like to do these collaged ones where it's different types of paper on the front, and then the back is usually a little more plain. I sometimes write things on the back, like what the Happy Mail was for instance. Leave a spot that's blank on the front to put the address, and then just decorate it up so that it's pretty, so that when the person goes to their mailbox, they're like, oh, Happy Mail. Right away, they know. So I pulled out a few springtime themed napkins, and I've got, I think, 4 more envelopes to do here. So let's divvy this up into a few sections. So the first thing you want to do with your napkin is take the back off. And the easiest way that I have found is with a piece of tape. And I did have my tape. Just a piece of Scotch tape or an old sticker that you're not going to use would work. Whatever you got laying around that's sticky, just to get that back layer to lift. This one has 2 layers. So get the second layer to lift too. Once it's lifted, you don't really need the tape anymore. The rest of the backing will come away. And I do save my backings to use either to clean up glue here at the craft table, or that's a 2-layer napkin. It's easy enough to use at the dinner table as well. I use them both ways. And then to separate these into pieces, I think I can do at least 3 out of one of these strips. I just use some water and a paintbrush and just follow the crease, and then that's going to tear away really easily. And let's see if I can get 3 out of this for sure. And then I'll need 1 more. Napkin drawer is right behind me, so I'm going to put these away. Last thing to clean up later. And my tape goes in the drawer, so it's always handy. A whole roll of tape just for that. Okay, so we got 4. Make sure my flaps are up. And like I had said, my favorite way, I just did another video of this. In case you haven't seen it, check it out. To save my table, I'm gonna glue on this glue book, which is just an old catalog from work. Kitchen faucets on this page. Quite a bit of glue stick is all you need. And then just lay your napkin right into that. If you want to press a little harder and you're worried about hurting the tissue, just do it through some plastic packaging or a Ziploc bag or something like that. So let's glue all 4 of these up while we're at it. Try to have the butterflies going up. And this one is a little long, so I'm just gonna wrap it around. Doesn't hurt anything. This one's a little shorter. That one doesn't really have butterflies on it, so I'm going to leave it. And if it's not giving you much glue stick, turn it up so that it's going to give you a little more. And don't even worry too much if there's a few little wrinkles, because this one's given me some wrinkles. That's all right. And this one has overlap on a couple sides. Sometimes you can just roll it away like that if it's just a little tiny bit while it's still damp. There we go. And then I've got my formula is generally a bit of music, a bit of plain paper, and then a bit of doilie. So the music I put underneath, and I've got a few of those pre-cut here. I always try to make it so that my treble clef and bass clef are going the right direction. And I've already got these pre-inked, which makes this process go a lot faster. So I'll do that in front of the television. Sometimes I do this decorating in front of the television too, once I've got all my parts ready to go. I'll do a mass make. Just thought I would share the process with you. Some of you haven't seen me do this before. And I needed to do some, so might as well bring you along. A lot of you in my group have seen me, have been receiving these when I send out happy mail for joining the group, or birthdays, or weekly wishes. I hope you're all enjoying the weekly wishes. I know a lot of other groups do it, and I hadn't started it, and I thought, why not? We got enough people now that we can get some good trading going on. Oops. It's talking about fighting, which I don't care for, but maybe we can cover that up. That's why I always prefer to find music that doesn't have the words, and you don't have to worry about what it says. Like that. No words to worry about. This old music paper is so great for collaging, but it's not very good for actually using in a journal as a page because it's so fragile. So if I am going to try to use it as a page background, I will glue it to something else, like even just coffee dyed paper. And I'm purposely leaving that up a little bit from the bottom on this one. I think I was saving that piece to use, but it's getting glued in, so we'll just glue on it. So then I'm going to put these inked, just plain pages. They're out of a book, but they were just the blank spots on the page. And I just saved them, tore them, saved them, inked the edges, ready for this kind of thing. So it's a spot to write the address, or if I'm using a fancier label, sometimes I use these just as a spot to write what the happy mail is for, like if it's a random act of kindness, or if it's a swap, or if it's weekly wishes, or whatever it might be. Because that's very important to include when you send happy mail, even if it's a random act of kindness. The idea of a random act of kindness is that you don't expect anything in return, which is, I get that. I do that sometimes. But you do want to let them know who it's from, because you see a lot of people in the Facebook groups, you know, they really want to thank you. And they can't thank you if you don't put your address, because they don't know who it's from. And you also run the risk of it completely getting lost in the mail, and they don't have any way to send it back to you because you didn't put your address on it. So I think you should put your address on. Even if it's going to be a random act of kindness, just put that right on the envelope, and then that person knows they don't owe you anything in return. A lot of people wonder, they think, oh, did I forget a swap? And they get an RAK. Put that one right down to the bottom. And you might think, well, why are you putting a blank piece of paper on top of a blank section of the envelope? Well, it's part of the collage, but also sometimes the envelopes aren't blank. Sometimes they're patterned paper, or an advertising envelope that says something on the front. So that's kind of how I got into the habit of doing this. I was using every envelope that came into the house this way, and that's why I started doing them as collages. And it seems like people really like them, so I just keep doing them. Turn this page, find the next clean page here. And then the next thing is doilie. And there's a few ways that I do doilies. Sometimes I ink the back of the doily, sometimes I ink on the envelope. Like for something as fragile as this, I would just ink on the envelope. Let's cover up that fight. It's this Battle of Waterloo. This is the music. And I do want to put a little bit, just so that doesn't come up, and then a few little drops, at least around these delicate edges. And sometimes you can just do lightly through the middle. But that's going to hide the fighting words. And then if you want to press on the doily, you can use a piece of plastic so that you can press a little harder. And then just be careful when you lift it up. But that now is going to be nicely embedded in that glue. Got another one like that. These ones aren't even quite a quarter of a doily. Yeah, those aren't going anywhere. They're stuck. Okay, do I have one more the same? Similar. It's a different pattern, but it's that same really delicate doily. And that one doesn't have any solid paper in the middle. Got torn away from it already. So I'll just put some glue on whatever I can. There we go. And then the other ones I did a little bit of stamping. So I've got a dragonfly stamp. Go back to the ones that are dry here. I'll put the dragonfly. And heart. Kind of covering up the word fight there. This one's a little drier. My initial thought today was to do stamped and stenciled envelopes, and then I thought, no, I really like sending the collaged ones, so I decided to keep doing them. All right, so there's our 4 butterflies. And that's that batch of that size of envelope all done. I did 4 of these in the last video, so I'll link that one below. If it's not there, give me a nudge and I'll link it for you. But there's our creation. Now the next video that I'll make is stuffing them. So we'll do 8 Happy Mail packages ready to go. So thanks for watching today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.